Edgar, darling, what time are you off today? You know I've been feeling down lately because my morning sickness got worse and I haven't been able to cook proper meals for you. I'm feeling much better today and want to go grocery shopping to make something for you. Do you have any cravings? How about lasagna? It's your all-time favorite. It doesn't require many ingredients and it's easy to prepare. I can just toss it in the oven after gathering all the ingredients, so I think I can handle it. What do you think?
Just do what you've been doing. You don't need to make anything for me all of a sudden. I feel uncomfortable about you doing this, so you really don't have to do this.
Don't you think it's inappropriate to say things like that, knowing so well how much I've been struggling until now, being 5 months pregnant and dealing with morning sickness all day long? Despite feeling nauseous and miserable all day, I've been commuting on packed metros and doing all the housework every day after spending hours at work. It's not easy being pregnant, and I've been doing my best to manage everything, so it's not fair to hear complaints from you without any consideration. What's the point of making me uncomfortable with your dissatisfaction, especially since I'm carrying our child and need your support?
I must say that I find that aspect of yours suffocating and unpleasant. Why do you have to make such a big deal out of your pregnancy when everyone else gets pregnant as well? You're not the only pregnant lady in the world, and yet you need to show off your pregnancy and morning sickness by clinging to the toilet seat and making a fuss. Do you have any idea how exhausting and draining it is for me to watch you do that repeatedly for months? You don't put on your makeup, wear high heels, or dress up in clothes that fit properly anymore. There's a significant change from how you looked before. It's confusing and disorientating for me. Women should always be women, even when they're pregnant, and they shouldn't have to give up their femininity. We've only been married for 6 months, and it's supposed to be the honeymoon phase, but instead, you're showing me this ugly side of you. Men are naturally drawn to things that are pretty and beautiful, but how can I accept someone who is neither? I can't even look at you anymore.
What do you think the pregnancy is? It means that there's a new life growing in my belly unlike before. Things have changed and they'll never be the same. My body's going through significant changes as I nurture this new life growing inside me. This period of pregnancy requires me to be extra cautious and attentive to my body's needs. It's not just about me anymore, but also about the tiny life growing inside me. Every decision I make, from what I eat to what I wear, can have an impact on the well-being of my growing baby. While I try to understand that you consider fashion and femininity important and that you want me to look my best, it's also important to realize that there are some things that should be avoided during pregnancy, especially the first 5 months of the pregnancy. Wearing heavy makeup, tight clothes, and high heels may not only be uncomfortable, but it can also be harmful to both me and my baby. For example, wearing high heels can cause balance problems and increase the risk of falling, which could be dangerous for both of us. As my pregnancy progresses, my belly will begin to grow and my body will continue to change. Of course I want to look and feel good, but I need to keep in mind that my baby's safety and health come first. I can't compromise my baby's well-being for the sake of appearance.
That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say suffocating. You didn't need to give me a long lecture. To be honest with you, it's really hard for me to accept a woman with a protruding belly from a physiological standpoint. But from now on, your belly will only continue to grow and become more bloated. The thought of a heavenly pregnant woman walking around the house is horrifying. Yuck.
That's nonsense. Isn't it natural for my belly to grow when I'm pregnant? I find it creepy that you think it's horrifying. I find your reaction disturbing. You were happy about the pregnancy news when you found out about it. Why are you acting this way now after only a few months? I eventually became happy that I got pregnant, but you were the one who convinced me to have a baby to begin with. I was hesitant, but I agreed to your request because you were insistent on having a child. You're the one who wanted the baby.
I thought I wanted a baby. I pretended to be happy because you were happy and my parents were happy about it. I was swept away by the atmosphere and pretended to be liking it, thinking that I had to like it too. But as time went by, your belly grew bigger and bigger, and I realized that if we had a baby, I would have no other choice than to sacrifice my whole life to feed, clothe, and teach that baby. The thought was suffocating and unbearable. So I finally came to realize that I couldn't live my life as an irrigate just to support my wife and child like everyone else. I'm not cut out to be a breadwinner.
What nonsense are you talking about? It's natural to feel scared and overwhelmed at the thought of new life being born. Our life will be upside down, and I get that you might be scared. However, I'm also working and contributing to our family finances. You don't need to be scared anymore. You're not doing this alone. Why are you more scared than I am when I'll be doing just as much as you, if not more?
Of course, there's no doubt about the fact that you're a nearly perfect wife who makes money, does well with household chores, and cooks well. But sometimes that perfection can be suffocating to me. It feels like I have to do just as much as you do and as well as you do, which is just too much pressure for me. I can't live like this anymore, so I've decided to leave. I want to spend the rest of my life with someone who makes me feel comfortable and relaxed. I've been thinking about how to bring this up for a while, but I think it's better that things turned out this way. Let's end things here. I think it'll be better for both of us and for our baby in your belly.
What do you think you're doing? Are you saying you're gonna run away with another woman? You must not be in your right mind. How could you even think about leaving with another woman, leaving your pregnant wife behind?
Look, I'm sorry that it turned out this way. I've made up my mind and there's no point in forcing me to stay, as it'll only make you more miserable. Forget about someone like me and live strongly by yourself, giving birth and raising the baby. You're good at making money, doing household chores and cooking, so you can definitely raise the child well on your own. I'm leaving you because I can't bear the pressure when I'm with you. Don't try to contact me even as an excuse to talk about the baby. I don't want to know about either you or the baby. Let's make a clean finish here and go our separate ways for the rest of our lives. Do you understand? When my feelings become stable, I'll contact you to proceed with the divorce.
Hello, I'm a woman in my mid-30s, married for 6 months and 5 months pregnant. My husband and I dated for only about a year, which was not a very long time, but I decided to marry him because I thought he was a kind, warm, and responsible guy. We were both very happy when we found out about the pregnancy, and I thought we could live happily ever after with our baby. I never imagined I'd be betrayed like this in my 5th month of pregnancy. Only 6 months into our marriage, and while I was pregnant, I never even imagined that my husband was cheating on me behind my back, let alone planning to run away with her. I thought something like this would only happen in the movies. He informed me unilaterally that he was leaving me and filing for divorce, and then packed up and left immediately. I was left alone in an empty house, shocked and unable to even turn on the light. But then I received a text message from someone very unexpected. Did your husband say he's not coming home today? What do you mean? I'm asking if your husband left with another woman, leaving his pregnant wife behind. I'm saying, how the hell do you know about it? That's because the woman your husband is running away with is me. You must be shocked. Don't be too shocked, though. It's not good for your baby. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry that I fell in love with your husband and caused him to run away with me, especially when you're pregnant with his baby. I didn't plan on going this far. I just wanted to casually meet a few times and then end it. But you know how greed works. It wasn't that easy to let go. The more we met, the more I wanted to make your husband my man forever. I suggested that we run away together because I couldn't stand the thought of sharing the love of my life with you. And surprisingly, he immediately agreed without any hesitation. I know it's really unfair to you since you're pregnant, and I feel terrible about that. What can I do, though? His soulmate is me, not you. So please accept it and let him go. However, I want to emphasize that it's not entirely my fault. I understand that you may feel betrayed and hurt, but it takes two to tango. Your husband was too easily swayed after a few casual encounters, so it wasn't entirely my fault. He came to me without any hesitation, and it almost ruined the fun for me. But as we continued our relationship, I realized that he was the one for me.
Do you think any of that makes sense? How could you do this to me when you've been my friend for 15 years? Not only did you have an affair with my husband, but you also planned to run away with him. Don't you have any morals, conscience, or ethics? Is this what you do to me as a fellow woman? Do you think I'm just gonna let you get away with this?
So, what are you gonna do if you won't let us get away with it? Your husband and I both quit our jobs already, which means you won't be able to find us anywhere. With his skills that earn $100,000 a year, he could easily find a new job even if he quits his current one. He also promised to support me financially from now on. I'm sorry that I let you go through all kinds of hardship while pregnant, commuting on a crowded metro to go to work, but let me have a relaxed, luxurious life as a full-time housewife. Now that you have to support your child on your own without a high-earning husband, you'll have to work even if it means walking to work.
I never knew you were such an audacious scumbag. Do you think you can steal someone else's husband like a thief and live happily ever after? There's a saying that goes, what goes around comes around, and you reap what you sow. Do you think you can sleep comfortably every night after doing something bad like this? Maybe you can for now, but eventually it'll all come back to you.
It's your arrogance if you say loving someone is a crime. Is there a law that says you can love and monopolize him, but I can't?
You're a criminal who committed adultery with a married man, and you need to pay the price for what you did. Did you dare to engage in an inappropriate relationship with a married man because your little brain didn't understand what adultery is?
If you want to receive alimony, talk to Edgar. He's my guardian and proxy from now on, so consult with him about anything related to me. Got it? Well then, I have to run away with the love of my life now, so I'm done here. Hope you have a safe delivery, and I hope you won't be whining and demanding child support from Edgar. I guess it's impossible for us to remain friends any longer, so I'll go ahead and block you now. Let's not contact each other ever again.
Irene, my darling, how's our baby doing? The baby must be about 6 months old, right? Is it a boy or a girl? Who does the baby look like? Oh, I wish it was a boy like me. You must have been through a lot by delivering and raising the baby all on your own. I heard that the first 3 months of childcare are the toughest. Hopefully you didn't have so much of a hard time. I know you're a strong person and will make a great mother. I've been able to lose myself because I had a faith in you that you would be good even without me. And now, it's over, so don't worry anymore. I've decided to return to you and our baby. Aren't you happy? I want to buy some baby formula and diapers, but which brand should I buy? The locks at the house are still the same, right? You've had to wait for a long time, but the wait is over now, my love. I'll be over there soon.
What the hell are you talking about? How dare you talk about coming back home after running away from home with my friend? I thought you left because you loved her to death. It's been only a year. Is it over already? I'm sure you're trying to make a way back home because you have nowhere else to go. Do you think I'm a joke? Why should I accept garbage like you when I'm not a trash can?
Doesn't everyone make mistakes at some point in their lives? Don't men cheat once or twice in their lives? I know that my actions have hurt you deeply, and I wish I could go back in time and make things right. I understand that trust is not easily given, and it takes time to rebuild it. However, I want you to know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to regain your trust and make things right between us. I understand that you might be feeling angry and betrayed right now, but please understand that I was not in my right mind for some reason. I was foolish and immature at the time, and I made a terrible decision that I regret deeply. I know that my actions have hurt you, and for that, I am truly sorry. I want to make it clear that I'm also a victim here. I made a mistake, and now I'm paying the price for it. I regret my wrong decision, and if I could turn back time, I'd never leave a woman like you and follow Haley. I mean what I'm saying. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me for my mistakes. I'll do everything in my power to make amends and show you that I'm worthy of your trust and your love.
Would you forgive yourself for what you did if you were in my shoes? I'm not interested in how you're sorry or how you made a huge mistake. You shouldn't have made such a decision in the first place. You left me for a woman whom I believed to be my friend when I was pregnant with your baby. It was unilateral and it hurt me so much that I couldn't even breathe. But that's over now. I figured out how to live a life without you, and I had no problem living one all this time. I have no intention of using old and worn-out used goods that were used by another woman, so just go to court and file for divorce. You should live with her proudly as you have been so far after the divorce.
It's completely over with Haley. I've endured for a year, but I just can't take it anymore. The house is filled with garbage because she never cleans, and she doesn't even know how to make simple dishes like mac and cheese. She eats 3 meals a day from Uber Eats. Besides, she buys so many unnecessary things, filling our patio with boxes when she doesn't earn any money. I can't live with a woman like her who spends money without thinking and doesn't contribute to the household. Even if I earn a lot of money, it's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. I ended things with her because I realized that there's no one like you. You have a stable job, you're good at cleaning and cooking, and you can deliver and raise a baby by yourself. I finally realized that a neat, strong, and capable woman like you is the best. I deeply apologize for what I did, and I know it's truly shameless, but would you consider taking me back? Can you give me a chance to live the rest of my life dedicated to you and our baby?
Do you mean everything you're saying? Can I trust you?
I mean it 1,000%. No, 10,000%. So please, believe me. If you decide to take me back, I want to make it clear that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to prove my commitment to you. I know that I was a fool making a mistake by leaving and hurting you, and I understand if you need time to forgive me. However, I want you to know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust and love. I'll actively search for job opportunities, and once I secure a job, I'll give you my entire paycheck to contribute to our household financially. I'm willing to put in the effort to make our relationship stronger and more meaningful than ever before. Oh, thank you, honey, for taking me back. Will it be possible for you to wait for me with your lasagna tonight? Oh, I missed your lasagna so much that's made with your handmade meat sauce and extra cheese on top.
Okay then. I'll even fill the bathtub with warm water, so come quickly. How long do you think you'll take?
I can see you and our baby only 2 hours later. I feel like my tears are gonna burst out of happiness. I'll see you in a minute, honey. Yeah, I love you. I thought you were gonna take me back. Didn't you promise me that you'll wait for me with your lasagna and the bathtub filled with warm water? How could you stab me in the back when I believed it with all my heart?
You're allowed to betray me, but I'm not.
That's why I sincerely apologize for what I did and you agreed to forgive me. Then why did you have to call my parents to come over and wait for me with them? You know very well that I hate touching fish the most, but did you need to force me into their fish market? Are you satisfied?
Your parents requested me to contact them as soon as you come back. They paid me the alimony and child support in full on behalf of you after you ran away with your mistress a year ago. You're an adult, and you should take responsibility for your own actions instead of passing them on to your elderly parents. You should work hard at the fish market and repay the debt to your parents. You have nowhere to go and nothing to do anyway since you quit your job. Did you quit your job so your mistress can't find you like what you did to me a year ago? That's pathetic.
How am I supposed to touch smelly fish? You know that I'm not cut out to be a market worker. How should I do such a vulgar job like selling fish at the fish market?
You're still far from coming back to your senses. You're psycho. I feel sorry for your parents that they raised garbage like you and supported you to college dealing with the stench of fish. Will you be able to become a decent human being just because you wear a suit and work in an office setting when you have such a wrong personality? You have to become a decent person by staying with the stinky fish for a long time.
Work hard at the fish market chasing away flies until you pay off all the debts you owe to your parents. Don't even try to contact me, even as an excuse to talk about the baby. When my ex-husband saw our daughter for the first time in court, he instinctively tried to hold her, but she started crying and recoiling, so he never got to hold her. Although he shed tears in front of our daughter, whom he had never even touched, he'd brought this on himself, so there was no value in feeling sorry for him. Isn't it absurd that someone who had given up being a father is now trying to be acknowledged as one? On the other hand, I have a job, and I drop my daughter off at daycare on my way to work. It's never easy to raise a child alone as a single mom, but I have come this far with the help of my parents and in-laws who still support me even though their son is no longer in the picture. My daughter is the most important thing in the world to me, and for the sake of her, I will continue to live my life courageously like I've been doing. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe for more videos.